This is my GW1 dash cam. Familiar? I've had really no problems with this when it first came out, and I've had it for several years, and I really wanted to fix this problem that came up versus getting another dash cam. And actually, I have some other ones that I've done some beta testing for some companies, and I just like this one. This one's just a little bit of a workhorse. One of the little problems that I had early on was a little loose up here with this kind of funky little attachment I have. Put a piece of paper there, tightened that right up. And the suction cup on there, I found out that after a while that plastic gets older. A little bit of a heat gun fixes that problem, and I'll put that link in the description below how you can do that. It turned out to be kind of a popular YouTube link. But the problem I was having this time was that I could not turn it on separately from the car in order to do a time setting. How long that's been a problem, I don't know. I haven't really had to work with it that much. But recently I did work with it. A coyote ran in front of my car and missed, fortunately. And so I had an opportunity to kind of check the timing on it, and the time wasn't correct. So I said, what's the problem? After a little bit of a time, found out that the battery just was not holding charge. Now what will happen is you will check the voltage on these, and it'll still show that it'll have the 3.9 volt or anything over the 3.7, but it's a float voltage. It's not actually able to have any oomph behind it. Even though the volts are there, you put a load on it, it goes away. So I opened this up, very easy to do. Just stick right on the edge, just stick your thumbnail in between the crack, and the whole thing just pops right open. You can see these little retaining tabs here that'll hold it together when I put it back together. And I wanted to show you this part right here because this is actually a very important part of it. I noticed on the battery that it was a 200 milliamp hour, and I wanted to duplicate that for a couple different reasons, but primarily just so that the thickness would be appropriate, so when I put this in here it wouldn't bulge or anything like that. But then the other thing that I noticed is that it actually had this battery protection circuit that's in here. Now this is important. A lot of devices will have this built somewhere in there, and it does primarily allow the battery not to be discharged, typically below 3 volts, because that will kill this cell, it damages it terribly, or overcharged. These normally go up to about 4.2 volts. Some of the chargers say, hey, let's just cut it off at 4.1. We don't have to worry about getting anywhere close, and that's fine for what we need these things for. But you definitely don't want it over the 4.2. Shortens the life of the batteries. So this little protection circuit comes in pretty handy. Now what's really nice is that you just lay it out over the tabs, and if you ever try to do any soldering with these Lipo batteries, you realize they don't solder so easily unless they've had special tinning on them. In fact, from the factory, a lot of times they actually use an ultrasonic welder to actually attach things. But these actually have pads on here that are designed for the solder. So this makes the job so much easier. So don't go and just see if you can just connect this right directly to your battery. I don't know if there's any circuitry in here that will protect the under voltage and over voltage on here. So what I'm going to do, and I don't think you need me to show you how this, I'm going to put some tape over here to protect this, tape it back here, and put it all back together. So here we are, all snapped together. And let's go ahead and power this up. Here we go, full battery indicator here, and now I can play with the settings. So, any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. Please remember to subscribe and share this video to help disabled animals with donated wheelchairs.